Juice by Katy, Darby. They always came in the morning, cheerful like Mammy, bustling and rustling and smelling of soap and iodine. Get up, Laney, rise and shine, time for your juice. Just like Mama did when I was small, calling me down for my juice and cereal, Cap'n Crunch on weekends, or when I'd been real good. I made the nurses call it juice. It sounded nicer that way. Reminded me of sunshine on oranges, of commercials full of people with clean eyes and happy teeth. This juice is like medicine. You don't got to like it, but you got to take it when you get sick or down. I got down some a few years back, and they didn't know what to do with me, Mama and Papa. Not after they found me the second time. Mama's tablets and Papa's good scotch couldn't get me to where I wanted to go, though. No more than in the bathroom the year before. And it was about then that they stopped worrying about who was going to take me to prom and started wondering if maybe drastic measures were in order. That's what Papa called them. Drastic measures. As in, we don't want to have to take drastic measures, Laney, and this isn't a drastic measure. Just a place where you can get your head straight for a little while. You can come back anytime you want. Mama nodded her head like a metronome. Her hands on his shoulders as he sat by my bed, crushing my hand in his. Standing fully behind him, so all I could see was her white face and carmine mouth. For all the world like she was sheltering from a blast. The first time they told me it wouldn't hurt, and it hurt a whole lot. Damn near bit through my tongue that first time. I didn't know what they were going to do to me either. That was half the trouble. I thought maybe an examination, cold metal, hard fingers in your soft stomach. I'd heard things from the other girls. So when the nurses wouldn't tell me, I struggled. And when I struggled, they held me down, but they didn't sedate me. For some reason I didn't understand. I understood when I saw the machine. You don't want to be asleep for that. No, sir. You want to be sharp as the king of shaves, fizzier than a shaken Coke, and full of pep. That's how you want to be when you're taking your juice. I fizzed a little too hard that first time, and I couldn't talk right for a week. But it took me out of myself, you know, right out. Like I just hopped from my body for a stroll, like you drive your car to the beach or Hollow Point and just get out and walk around some, enjoy the view. That was only for a few hours after, but I watched myself sleep with my eyes open. Peaceful and blue, like they saw right back into childhood. The nurses kept closing my lids, but they drifted back open. It was funny to watch. And the spit pooled on my pillow until they came back with little cotton pads to soak it up. I was surprised they had something like that, especially for that. I mean, I guess it must happen more than you think. And meanwhile, I was just hanging out in the corner, in the window seat, floating on the ceiling or wherever, watching with interest. I don't recall much after that, not much all at once anyhow. My memory gets kind of patchy, and there are parts missing like a thrift shop jigsaw. But I remember Mama and Papa and the doctors and nurses were all real pleased with me, with my progress. They said that after I had that first treatment, it was like night and day. I was hardly no trouble at all. And I felt more at peace too. It used to be I could never switch off. Never could go out like most folks. Even lying in bed at night, I'd have these tangled up thoughts and horrible visions keeping me from rest. I maybe didn't sleep more than 2 or 3 hours a night since I was 13, and that didn't help either. But after that first shot of juice, boy, could I sleep. Out like a light, like they say, poof, like a birthday candle. And I didn't have no dreams either. No, just long, warm darkness, invisibly soft like Mama Sable. That was the first time. The second time, they said wouldn't be as bad as the first time, and this time they didn't lie. The second time, I felt the juice flow into me, but now I knew what it was, and I knew it was here to help me, so I just closed my eyes and let it in, right in my head. Let the buzzing red and the lumen black flow out, and the sharp blue and clear yellow flow in, and I knew I would be all right. If only I could have the juice when I was down to get me up and going again, like jump-starting a car. They were so happy with me then. I was a model patient. Mama and Papa visited and said how proud they were of me, how I was doing. And Mama came out from behind Papa for once and squeezed my hand gently, like she was worried I might burst. Then I was all right for a long time, months and months, though I still sort of lost parts of what I'd done and what I was doing sometimes. I reckon it was a small price to pay. I even went back to school for a little while, until Mama got sick. Real down she was, downer than I'd ever got after I had the juice. And I didn't know till then that she had just the same thing as me. That same sick sadness that eats you up from inside. That same curtain of rain coming over her mind sometimes. That same black pit you trip into and fall down, and it's too far and high and hard to get out, except one way. They gave Mama the juice, but it didn't work right. Not the way it did for me. After her first time, her eyes opened in the sick bed and looked at me, and I could see the question in them. Who is this? They turned to Papa, same question. She didn't know us no more than a stranger on the street. Kept clutching her hands to her chest whenever we came in, like we would try to hurt her or steal from her. She trusted the nurses more than us. They were the first folks she saw after she came around, after all. First and only time I saw Papa cry was when he realized it wasn't going to go away and Mama's memory wasn't coming back. He didn't know I saw, and I didn't say nothing. He stopped coming on visits so much after that. He left me and Mama alone. Maybe he figured since we looked so alike and had the same sickness once that we'd have more in common, that she'd understand me even though she didn't recall. I tried, we both tried, but nothing much came of it. One day she turned to me and she said, "Elaine," I never could get her to call me Laney again, "I don't want this. And I don't think there's nothing else for me. I've lost everything. And it ain't ain't gonna get found. You understand? And she squeezed my hand gentle like she did after I came round the second time. And I understood. They're gonna come for me again. Soon, 3-4 hours. Of course, I can sleep if I want to these days. But tonight I don't want to. I want to remember what I can. Anyway, remember what it's like. The juice. Because it's been an awful long time, seems like. And this time, this last time, I know is gonna be the best. See, what they don't know is a dose like that might kill another person, one who wasn't used to the juice. But me, it'll just make me light up like a candle. Like 4th of July, fill me with the sharp blue and the clear yellow, so everything's bright after, bright and fine. Though some things go missing, they always do. And after, I'm gonna sleep so sound,